As American suburbs grew in the 1940s, downtowns struggled. For many cities, pedestrian malls were a quick fix to make downtown relevant again. By 1980, over 200 pedestrian malls covered the nation. Today, roughly 30 remain. This is one mall's story.
I got no fare to ride a train.
It is difficult to consider the renewal of a city like Charlottesville, Virginia, without considering the history and the development of the city. Local historian Bernard Chamberlain summarizes the historic development of Charlottesville.
The history of Charlottesville started pretty much right where I'm standing. This site here, between the Southwest Mountains and Blue Ridge Mountains, on this hill where we are right now in Court Square, was chosen, and a town was laid out for it. We had 4 streets running east and west, so you had what was 28 squares, 7 times 4, 4 streets this way, 7 streets that way, 28 squares, 1 acre each, divided into half-acre lots. Now, the main street, as I say, is developed very slowly. It first had a brick pavement as far as Vinegar Hill. It was put in there in my early days. And then the horse-drawn streetcars eventually gave way to electric streetcars. And that was a great boon to Charlottesville and began to bring the university community and the downtown community more closer together. It's a terribly interesting city. There's always a danger of a city developing too fast and too many people and becoming too modern and falling a victim to what they call progress and then becoming like any other city. We hope to keep Charlottesville unique.
To improve traffic flow from downtown to new suburban developments, the city contracted Harlan Bartholomew and Associates to devise a master plan for the central business district. The 1958 plan proposed the demolition of Vinegar Hill, then the center of African American culture in Charlottesville. 7 years later, the city cleared Vinegar Hill, displacing 600 residents and closing 29 businesses in order to create space for new roads and parking. But the roads were never built. For over a decade, Vinegar Hill remained empty, and downtown businesses relocated to new shopping malls at the city's edge. In 1973, the city devised a plan to revitalize downtown with a pedestrian mall, facing vocal opposition from the public.
The mall concept is a concept that we're against, the people I speak for. We're not against improvement downtown. We are certainly, the people I represent are the landowners and the merchants, and therefore a revitalization of downtown, but not in the manner you propose to do it.
The pedestrian mall is both unworkable and impractical. I say this now through experience. Mr. Van Eers and I have visited 4 malls, most of them in the Middle West. All of these malls are adaptable, we will say, to a mall concept. We are not adaptable to a mall concept.
Motion carries 3-2.
Enter Larry Halpern and Associates, a San Francisco-based landscape architecture firm. Halpern and Associates specialized in translating ecological processes and public input into the design of new environments. In collaboration with Larry's partner Anna Halpern, the firm developed notational systems based on dance scores to generate their designs. Halpern and Associates provided Charlottesville with a business district master plan and facilitated a 3-day public workshop, using walking and driving scores to initiate design of the pedestrian mall.
At each point on a stopping point in the score, the people were asked to do certain things. They were asked to look or observe or get a reaction or what are your feelings, and record those. And getting their reactions to these questions, then recording them, then bringing them back and sharing them in the workshop, and actually documenting these things on big pieces of paper at the workshop and then talking about them and sharing. The workshops are meant to inform the design, not design the place.
Initial designs shared back and forth from Halpern's New York and San Francisco offices emphasized dynamic forms of plants and paving materials to create a continuous flow of movement across the mall. The design plan called for a network of 3 large public parks connected by a rhythm of planted rooms to provide shaded places to rest, all joined to the downtown by uniquely designed pedestrian side streets. Short on funds, the city abandoned these side streets and the large public spaces anchoring the mall, including a park and proposed library for Vinegar Hill and a farmers market plaza at the mall's east end. Without these most impressive features, downtown was slow to develop. And yet the mall survived. Over the course of 35 years, Charlottesville's downtown went from a seldom visited vehicular street to the community's civic center. Its success relies both on intelligent design strategies and adaptive uses. The mall was well constructed. Its original brick surface lasted 35 years without repairs, and could have avoided a controversial resurfacing in 2009 had it received regular maintenance. Large subsurface tree pits, then an innovative sustainable design strategy, led to enormously tall bosques of willow oaks.
We were talking in those days about the oversized tree pit to really give these things a chance to grow. But from a design standpoint, what I was mostly interested in was the floor come up to the tree, and the tree come out of the floor, in a sense, as a visual thing. And so we developed this, of the oversized tree pit, this aluminum grate detail. Very luckily, the power of the groves has been achieved, maybe overachieved.
Adjustments to the mall have made it more attractive for downtown businesses. A large band shell hosts public and private events and provides the missing anchor to the mall's east end. Just before it, pedestrians gather to express themselves on a freedom of speech monument. 2 side streets allow cars to cross the mall, giving visitors easier access to numerous nearby parking garages. Most importantly, the principal design elements remain intact.
The 2 major parts, the floor and the groves, and the floor circulation and people use. People as part of the design, space for people. Don't fill it up with a bunch of stuff. Let it breathe a little bit in terms of the people coming in and filling it up with their stuff.
And 35 years brought on a lot of stuff. In addition to strollers and buskers regularly visiting the mall, downtown businesses have added the stuff of outdoor seating, replacing a variety of once movable furniture elements with fenced-off private chairs. The result? A less public but economically successful pedestrian mall.
Part of the big Halpern philosophy was that this city was a stage upon which activities occurred in Cville, is that interactive aspect of physical design. Designs that allow for interaction, number one, and actually make interaction.
Halpern and Associates created interaction by attending to the pedestrians' movement through space. The arrangement of trees, planters, and water features creates a precisely choreographed series of spaces that guarantee paths will cross. Few visitors walk the mall in a straight line. Instead, the alternating hexagonal bosques create an always curving flow of movement as pedestrians respond to the mall's animate and inanimate objects. No 2 walks across the mall are ever quite the same. The mall is always changing and always offers a new experience.
Okay. Good, you destroyed one of these.